We know the potato chips are bad for you, but man, we have the craving. So, how can we satisfy that craving? That's what Chef Eric has in store for us, a really good solution using veggies, right, Eric?
Yes, three types of veggies.
Three types of veggies. Ooh, show us what you've got.
Okay, this evening we're going to do zucchini chips. We have kale chips. We're going to make them into chips, and we have yellow beet chips.
Ooh.
And I'll show you two ways to do them in the air fryer and also in the oven. So I'll start with the oven because it'll take a little longer and show you how I prepare them. We'll start with the beets. So you just layer them out. You don't want to overlap them, different things, so because they won't get done all the way. And I usually season them, but I spray them a little bit first with my avocado oil. Then you put your seasoning, if you like just salt. I made a combination of salt and pepper, a little thyme, and paprika for mine. So I'll just season them up. And I have my oven on 450. We'll do about 20 minutes and check them. It might take 25 minutes. And also, I'll put in the kale and the zucchini. They cook a little faster, so we'll keep an eye on those also. Just give it a light spray. Pretty much helps it to brown and allows your seasoning to stick better, especially in the air fryer. And you can do whatever seasoning you like. No rules to it. You're the one eating them.
Sometimes I add a little bit of cayenne pepper just for a little kick.
We'll pop these in. Just come back.
And for those that are on a low salt diet, what I find is if you use some onion powder and some garlic powder, that actually really helps with that savoriness and to me replaces the salt. And you can also use Mrs. Dash, which is really helpful. But the more herbs that you use and spices versus salt, probably the better.
Oh, it's definitely better. Definitely better. Yeah, I try to stay away from the salt, but it's hard for my family to not have, they need the salt sometimes. So we use
And it always
Celtic
depends on
salt.
the type of salt. Yeah, exactly. That's the one I use too, the
Yes.
Celtic salt, because it has a lot of other minerals in it as well that are really healthy, and it's less processed than the iodized salt. So sorry to Morton's, but the Celtic salt is better. The Himalayan salt is better. We have a great YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to it at The Way to My Heart. And we have great sessions with nurse practitioner Deidre on the different types of salt and why you should choose one over the other.
So when you're air frying, people have baskets, different. They have them both, but I use the trays mostly. So I just like to lightly spray the tray. It helps to brown the bottom as well as the top. And we'll do the same thing so you can see how crispy they come out in the air fryer.
Is that choice avocado? We have a YouTube comment from Michael 1975 saying he loves the choice products.
Yeah, it shows
because that's the one I use too.
Yes. Yeah, I use
They say that 80% of avocado oil is actually rancid, but that one research and I found that one seems to be high quality.
Well, by the price, it is high quality.
Yes, exactly.
And it goes so fast. If my son uses it and I go and pick it up, it's gone. So I try to limit him to it. So we'll layer these down. Now sometimes if my wife eats these, I'll put Parmesan, great Parmesan cheese, fresh Parmesan for her. And it adds a nice crunch and flavor to it. It's all in what you like to eat. I cut these on a mandolin because they're it's hard to get a nice shape with a knife.
Yeah, and Michael also adds the coarse salt, is actually better because you get less salt with all the flavor, and that's true. So the bigger
Yes,
the crystal, the better.
correct. All right, so one more top spray.
She put a little bit of spray on the bottom, a little bit of spray on the top.
Yes, just a little bit. Like I said, just so your seasonings can stick. I think I'll just do okay. Now the air fryer, we'll go with about 8 minutes. Way they came out when I tested them earlier, the thinner parts, you kind of get a little toasty, you know, which is good flavor, I think. But you got to make sure you really cut them even for it not to burn on one side, But every air fryer is different, But it is a good snack, especially like Friday night when you want that crunch and pretzels or potato chips. So then you can choose whatever you want. I usually I make a no sugar added barbecue sauce. I usually mix that with a little of my chosen mayo, but you can use anything. I have a no salt, no sugar, honey mustard also I prepare. And but you can do anything, anything you like to do, things like that. But I can make a quick dip also and show you how I do it.
Oh, we love that. And just to let people know that you can also, make Brussels sprout chips
Yeah.
in the same way.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts. You can do the carrots. I've done those before. Those just take a peeler and kind of peel your carrot a little thicker, then you don't have to worry about cutting them. They're thin, they won't take as long, but they do come out crispy and nice. So
I always like to have it, my dad always we do a little mocktail at night. And we put a little Sicilian lemon, white balsamic vinegar, and some mineral water, some it is mineral or seltzer water, and add a little lime, and then he likes a little snack with it. So I'll throw some kale or Brussels sprouts or um, zucchini chips into the oven. I just mix a few. You could even prepare them at the beginning of the week and create a big bag of them, and then just put a few in the oven each day, and it makes it simple. It's all about meal prep. I think that helps people get in the habit of eating healthier. If it's there and if it's ready, people are more apt to picking that up versus choosing some chips.
that's 100% correct. If you're hungry and you have to search for something, that's when you mess up. That's when you go and grab the regular chips, or they shouldn't be in your house, but when you have a family, they're in your house.
But you can also make as an option, you can make purple potatoes are really good for you. So you can get even purple sweet potatoes, that color, the extra antioxidants that are in it, and you can thinly slice those. It's a starch, and so you don't want to do starchy vegetables more than 1 to 2 times a week. Twice a week is a really good rule of thumb. And that includes, making your own potato chips. And you could do it I think the best option is the purple potatoes. And you can use a mandolin. Do you use a mandolin when you're slicing? I know you have to be careful not to chop off your fingers. Very,
Yeah,
very
I
careful.
definitely do. I have the guard, so definitely use a guard or get you a cutting knife. Cutting knife are real safe. Uh, they're not too expensive, but they'll last a long time. And they're intertwined with metal. So if you hit it, it's best to use one when you're cutting it with a knife or a mandolin. Because a mandolin is real dangerous. Definitely.
Yeah, I've
Patty?
come pretty close.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that.
It was so close, and it was on camera in one of our Patty's Plate segments that I ended up with two people sending me mandolin hand protectors.
Right, definitely.
I just didn't know any different. I'm not a chef. I don't have the training, so I'm trying. There is a certain amount of logic, right, that comes with it, and
Yes.
when it comes to safety, but yeah, I don't quite have that for the kitchen.
Well, you better get it because one time it's not going to be
Yeah,
pretty.
no,
Take a little
no.
garlic powder. I like coarse pepper, so I use that. Have a little onion powder. Real simple, quick dip. Take a little bit of the seasoning that I put on the chip. There's no salt there. So.
That looks good.
Quick and easy.
And you know what I like to do as well? I get the Forager cashew milk yogurt,
Oh, okay.
and I found a ranch seasoning that's organic, and it literally, do not get Hidden Valley. Sorry, Hidden Valley, but there's so many preservatives and other things. I don't even know why they're necessary, because I look at the other package that is all organic, and it's from some small company, family farm or something. And you can read exactly the ingredients that are in there. There's nothing you can't understand in there, no additional preservatives. And I just pour that into my Forager yogurt that is unsweetened, and it's delicious. Sometimes I'll add a little extra garlic to it, or I'll add some onions, the dried onions
Sure.
to it
Oh,
as well.
yeah, definitely. No,
You can make
some
your
of
own
that
French
stuff,
onion dip.
you just wonder why they have so many preservatives and things you can't pronounce. And you
Yeah.
can actually, you probably have most of the seasonings in your cabinet,
Yep.
but you can just put it together yourself. Use
Exactly.
that
And it,
dry
I
deal
don't-
and all that stuff, so, you know,
and
I'm
if
gonna
you're
grab it.
following Dr. Mark Hyman does these comparisons all the time of ultra processed foods, of, for example, Ritz crackers or Oreos, or, some of our favorites, right? And you could see that maybe when we were kids, that the ingredients were okay. They were pure ingredients. Sugar was the only bad thing in there. But now you have all of these ingredients you can't
There's
even
nothing
pronounce
really.
because
Right.
no,
Yeah,
they're
nothing.
all flavored.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I like to put a little lemon or lime in this, so I'm gonna grab it.
So we have a new member of our live in studio audience who's also joined. We have Mike that's here, and Mike, we're making some crispy veggies. So instead of having potato chips, you're the one who actually inspired us to do this segment, because when we were on Ask Dr. Danziger, which is our Monday office hours with Dr. Michael Danziger, world-renowned diabetes reversal expert, Mike,
Okay.
Mike was in England, and he had his what was it, air baked, or air fried potato chips. And Dr.
Yeah.
Danziger said, I don't care what it is, read the fine print. That's still a no-no.
Oh, it was
So
baked and not fried. Baked and not fried. Yeah.
and it's still packaged. So that's why Chef Eric has offered to show us how to make our own baked veggies, and
Can
we
I,
have
I've been
kale.
really looking forward to watching this, to be honest. Since you put the post out, I've been like, I really want to watch this one.
You're gonna love this because we're making baked zucchini, baked beets, and baked kale. And he said you could even do baked, you could do it with Brussels sprouts too. And he added, do you want to walk us through, Chef Eric, one more time what you did? Right now we have them in both the air fryer and we have them in the oven. But just for those that are joining us now, just bring everybody up to speed as to what you've done so far.
Yeah, so she was correct with the three I did. For both of them, I spray it with a little avocado oil so the seasonings can stick. Then I cooked a batch in the oven for 20 minutes at 450. So we'll see how those come out. And the air
Do you
fryer,
turn them half? Do you turn them halfway?
I don't usually turn them, but let's check and see if we should.
Yeah, I normally have to do mine, or else I put them under the broiler for just a couple minutes and watch them. But it just depends on how crispy you like them. He seasoned them. Chef Eric, do you want to go over the seasoning that you used for these particular ones?
Yeah, the seasoning I have here is just a little pepper, garlic, onion, and paprika in this. But like, and thyme. So you can, like the beets tend to be a little more on the savory, sweet side. So you can put, that on your beets. I put it on everything. But like I said, for ones that are eating Parmesan cheese or something, that goes really well.
Oh,
with
you
this
can put
zucchini.
Parmesan on it.
I
Yeah,
didn't,
So,
but
sorry, that was pepper, onion,
garlic.
garlic, pepper,
garlic,
onion, paprika,
paprika.
and a little thyme.
Okay.
All you need is a little time, Mike. Just a little time.
I'm just writing it down on my pad.
And if you don't have a problem with sodium, I do use the Celtic salt. You can put a little bit of that. I didn't in this, but you can.
Yeah, and we have our friend on YouTube as well, Michael, who just said make sure to choose coarse salt versus the finer salt. It'll give you a bigger, bang for your buck in a sense. Less salt and more flavor. And then he was making a little dip you can do, and we talked about. I use a little unsweetened cashew milk yogurt, and I add in. You can add in like an onion soup mix. You can get an onion soup mix. Like out here we have Lipton, but I just open a package of dried onion soup mix and put it in, or I'll add all of those same spices that he talked about a second ago, and add in some dried onions in there. And I mix it into the unsweetened forager, the cashew milk yogurt. And it makes for a really nice, savory, and refreshing dip for it.
What do you think of a spinach dip?
Oh, you could do a spinach dip as well. Just watch
Yeah.
the cheese. Watch the amount of cheese.
That's what because I've had that at the local bar the last few times, and I've fell in love with it. It was the first time I had it last time, and I was like, wow, this is really good. But then the cheese was maybe a bit too much cheese going on in there. So
But you can
Yeah,
do it at home, and you can mix some frozen spinach with some Parmesan and some crushed artichoke hearts with all of those same spices.
okay.
Right, Chef Eric?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Jordy's
Yeah, I
it.
watch
Jordy.
spinach because it oscillates, but spinach is good,
Yeah, how would you make a healthier spinach dip at home? So that Mike can write it down.
Well, like you said, I would, if I was using the cheese, I'd probably use a hard cheese,
Yeah.
nothing
Parmesan
really
or something.
solid. Maybe just top it, before you put it in the oven. Maybe just put that amount of cheese on it, on the top to get a crust. Artichoke hearts are good. Yeah, the cream cheese.
Some onions.
Yeah, I'd definitely put that in and season it real garlic.
Onions and garlic. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Those good things help out a lot. So here's some of the kale chips. I'll put them on a
Hi,
plate
Jordan.
for you. They look a little brown, but they're nice and crispy.
Are they? Can you show them up to the screen a little bit closer so that we can get a
Yeah, I was gonna
good.
film 'em. It'd probably be better
Oh,
on
perfect.
the plate.
And
And
that
what's
didn't
this
take
that
too
you've
long.
got? What's this one?
Yeah, which ones are you putting on the plate? Are
This
these
is
the
kale
zucchini, the
chips.
beets?
Kale.
These are the kale chips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See those?
You got to bring them in closer.
Okay.
Yeah, those look
Wow.
really good.
Yeah, they're nice
The
and
kale
crispy.
chips are really, yeah.
Remember this. You definitely have to watch them, I'll tell you that.
Yes. Those kale chips get done really quickly.
Seems like every
Yeah,
day.
they were really quick.
Yeah, you'd be surprised actually how good they are if you spice them right, um, season them right. They're actually really, really good and really satisfying.
Yeah, I tend to have to put a little salt on my kale
Yeah,
chips.
I do too. You definitely want to add that, or for those, they could do the Mrs. Dash, but or add a little extra onion powder and garlic powder on them. But a little Celtic salt really does help the kale
And
chips.
if you want to use a mixed ingredient, the Old Bay is it has salt in it,
Oh.
you know, but it has the different other flavors like the celery and stuff. Kind of brings it out. It's really good. You know, and they do have no salt.
And Mike, we also talked about you can do your own potatoes, but no more than twice a week. You could do a really good mixture and put them in some bags and seal them. If you have an airtight sealer that you can seal them, you can actually keep them fairly crispy and make a whole
Okay.
batch of a bunch of different vegetables for the week
Just
and
slice them up.
air seal them. Yeah. But if you don't
Okay.
have an air sealer, they don't stay very well.
Oh yeah, we've
They
got
kind of get,
we've got an air sealer next time.
Of course, Geordie
Yeah.
has.
Of course, Geordie has an air sealer. Not mine.
of course, he does.
I recommend
So what are we scooping off over there?
these are the zucchini, but I will recommend a thicker cut on the zucchini.
Okay, how,
When you
well, I guess you can't really tell
Put your
how thin.
using a mandolin or doing it by hand.
Okay,
And I also noticed with the beets and zucchini, you have to give them about 5 minutes to kind of cool off and harden back up.
oh, gotcha. Okay, that's a good tip. So let them cool just a little bit, but you probably want to lift them.
Yeah, go under and just leave them, put them on a plate. And I'm taking these off fast, but they will get crispy.
See, it's not
I
that hard to do.
No, not at all. And
And you
I
could
mean, it's
do
satisfying.
potatoes.
Just something about that crunch that, brings you
It's satisfying.
correct.
So Mike, I mean, if you really like, the potatoes though, you can do a few potatoes, just not more than twice a week. And if you
Yeah.
have a choice, you could do the purple potatoes if you can find them, and then you get a little antioxidant punch. And
Yeah.
Michael 1975 on YouTube, cook spinach, cool down with Greek yogurt, garlic, crushed dried onion, salt, pepper, and a dash of pickle juice. Dash of pickle juice. That's a good tip. Yeah,
What's that
never
for?
thought to do that. And pickle juice actually helps with claudication.
Wow.
Thank you, Michael 1975.
Yes.
Yeah. But
You
We
can
need to get
also,
Michael 1975 an invite to come into our live in studio for the next one.
and it looks nice. I only bought yellow beets this time, but if you can mix them with the red, and it looks really nice if you're doing them for a gathering or something.
Look at this. He's plating them so pretty. I love this. And put the little dip in the middle. I mean, that's a really great, if you have company over or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, the red beets with the yellow. I
Mm-hmm.
noticed they had the white yams in the store. Like you said, if you want to do just once or twice a week, mix it with the regular sweet potatoes and the white yams. I'm going to take that off and show you that.
Oh, I wish that I was round at your house now so we could have a little bit of a buffet, a little bit of a try of everything.
Well, you guys got me. I'm going to test a lot of other stuff to see if it can, but I'm going to taste it for you because I know she's going to ask me to.
I know, because I want to see it when I kind of hear it crunch. I know did they come out
See, they're still
pretty?
I'm still kind of soft, but they'll harden up because the samples I did, like I said, it takes about 5 minutes, before
Yeah,
but they look good.
yeah, and you can put them under the broiler even for a second. I mean, especially the
Yes,
kale chips. I stick
definitely.
under the broiler just
Yeah,
for
the
a few
kale is
seconds.
the easiest one because the air fryer is hot enough, and even the oven. It's best to cook the kale by itself. I did it on with the zucchini, but I took it off, because they cook the fastest.
And do you
So did you,
preheat? You preheat, right?
Definitely, yes. Yeah.
so you cook them in the oven, not the air
Nope.
fryer?
I
You did
cooked
both.
half in the oven, half. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah, I still got the ones in the air fryer. Sorry.
I'm curious if you do a comparison and see which one seemed to make them crispier.
What temperature?
The air fryer, I had it
Either
on
or, either or.
oven. I had on 450, and I had the air fryer on 380.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but you can put it hotter. I just yeah, these are a little crispier. The air fryer, a little lighter also.
And how long would you say that they've been in for?
I cooked these for 8 minutes, depending on the thickness. I did these, I said fairly thin, but I know the next batch I make, I'll do thicker. I just didn't know because the zucchini's kind of wet in the middle, so I wanted it all crispy. But I would definitely do it thicker. If you have a mandolin, just adjust it to the thickness you like. Now the beets were kind of, since I used a wavy cutter, were kind of hard on the mandolin, but they come through,
Okay. Thank you.
But it seems that the kale is really the rock star of the whole thing, the easiest, quickest.
Well, it's trial and error. Like I said, different equipment is different,
Yeah,
so
Michael 1975 says looks delicious. I know. My mouth is watering for it right now because just the savoriness of them.
you get him an invite.
Yes, info, Michael 1975, info at padhelp.org, and we'll get you an invite to the next one. You can be live in studio.
And let's see what the beets are. Now the beets got dark, but they're crispy though. They got dark. But some of them are thin.
They got dark in the air fryer. They didn't get.
Yeah, they're crunchy. They're getting crunchy. Yeah.
But I bet they're satisfying still because you're still picking it up in your fingers and.
Yeah, they're good.
I can imagine them being more
Really,
crunchy from
these
the air
yellow ones
fryer.
don't taste like beets, like the red does.
Yeah, would you say, Mike?
I just said I can imagine them being a bit more crispier when they come out the air fryer.
Definitely.
To be honest.
Yeah.
With my air fryer, the top shelf will definitely brown them quicker. So I put most things on the middle shelf. But I like them crispy. I like them a little dark. So
Well, thanks, Chef Eric. That was delicious. I can't wait to. If anyone has ideas of things you want to learn to cook, that is great for your artery health and your blood sugar. definitely message us at info@padhelp.org or comment right below right now on YouTube. Make sure you check below, put in comments what you'd like to see Chef Eric cook next for you. I'm thinking that we might want to try some sort of dessert because we have all kinds of desserts out there. I'm
Oh, yeah.
thinking some modified Reese's peanut butter cups, or I make some spirulina cups, but also there's a big trend on YouTube and Instagram where people are mixing eggs with chocolate or apples with chocolate, and they always say a 2-ingredient cake.
Yeah.
And Joshua, our producer, will remember my version of that didn't go too well. So that was a little bit of a joke. So we're going to leave it to Chef Eric to decide, and maybe we can do a series of desserts that are diabetes and artery friendly. Would be great.
That'd be great.
Thanks everyone for
I'm
joining
in
us.
for that.
Don't forget to
All right.
delicious, right, Mike? Mike, and when you actually cook yours, make sure you do post a picture on social
Oh,
media.
I will do. I will
We
do.
would
I'll
love
probably
to
do
see
it
what
over
you
the
come up with.
weekend as well. I'll give it a go
Oh.
over the weekend. So
Perfect.
Yep.
And make
Yeah.
sure if you've tried this or you have tips or other vegetables that might work, make sure you do put them in comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more great content like this. Thanks so much, Chef Eric. Really appreciate you.
thanks, Eric.
Thanks. Thank you.